Good afternoon, teacher. Today we are going to present some drama activities to apply in the classroom. Next, please. So, why to use drama in the classroom? Um, Drama is not only performing a play in the classroom, on the contrary, it's a tool that helps the students to be involved in the learning process and experiment in real-world situations. And this tool has been used many years ago, and it's useful to learn a foreign language and culture as well. Drama facilitates the acquisition of the language since it promotes communicative competence and students can explore real situations with real problems and develop their critical thinking, imagination, and problem solving, things that can be presented in a simple classroom setting. So we have some drama activities with some benefits and challenges. The first one is skits. Skits is a drama activity which consists on present a theatrical performance based on a storybook. This activity can be successful since the students are participants and presented with new experiences. It requires cooperation, communication, and creativity from students. Also, it motivates learners since they are more active participants and they are close to real cultural knowledge. In other words, the dry textbook grammar comes to life in the skit. Thank you.
Okay, now I am going to explain about drama and language games. According to Dundar, drama games are usually used as an introductory part or as a natural introduction. Some of the games could be icebreakers, energizers, brain teasers, and this game will enhance the student's mental and physical motivation. These aspects will play an important role in future activities. The complexity of games is another fact because the fewer structured games will allow the more spontaneously use of the modern. The time limit um, the time limit must be based according to according to the syllabus must be integrated. Due to these games could take a lot of time. The next one, please. Okay. According to Dundar, role play is about putting yourselves into other shoes by focusing on speaking activities and a given context. It means that role play is focused on realia, and students as well as the teacher can benefit from the worldwide learning. Some of the aspects to consider about this activity is that this activity must be organized because the students are supposed to accomplish specific goals at the end. This activity demands emotional performance, so the students must be engaged in the different activities. A teacher can consider to apply a pair word performance without audience or without auditory, especially in the lower levels. Maybe students can feel uncomfortable, they can feel nervous because of the English level, so they couldn't express more freely. Another aspect to consider is the learners' levels because they will have to use new vocabulary and a specific grammar vocabulary as well.
Teacher, now I'm going to talk about improvisation in drama. So first, Landy defines improvisation as an unscripted and unrehearsed and spontaneous set of actions. So this is in response to a minimal direction from a teacher. So the focus in this is that the student must work autonomously to think, speak, to act, and react. Maples in 2002 refers that it provides learners communicational skills, but it also improves their confidence. So they are going to be able to perform better and to work with classmates, even in pair work as well. So there are three main goals that this provides. It focuses on improving pronunciation. It focuses on use of proper grammatical structure, And thirdly, it focuses on improving the content words, which are vocabulary. Next, please. In drama, the thing is that the teacher has to clearly state the objective of the improvisation. They must be easy to act out, and they must have a dramatic plot twist or a story twist. It must be interesting for the students so that they can act it out, otherwise they will be feeling bored. The purpose of improvisation is that it's a medium of self-expression. It's not just to entertain people. Usually when students improvise, they will be shy at first, but after a few classes, their confidence level will boost and they will feel inclined to actively participate in the class. Students' role in this type of activity is that they must listen to their classmates, they must be aware of the body language and other contextual clues, maybe the setting. They must maintain a lot of eye contact and they must respond very quickly. Next, please. The second activity that I'm gonna present is miming. John Dohill says that miming is a nonverbal representation of an idea or a story. This is focusing on paralinguistic features, which are, for example, body gestures, movements, and the sort. And Savignon says that miming helps learners become comfortable with the idea of performing in front of peers. Even though this is like an activity that most students use, how can I say it, just moving their body, it's not a good activity for teaching language. Next, please. Finally, I'm just going to say that miming clearly has its limitations because, as I said, it can be very sensitive to shy students and they might not be able to perform. They might be able to just see the activity, but they may just be shy and just not want to perform at all. Thank you very much.
Okay, for simulation, it occurs when learners become participants in an event. Students will have different roles, functions, and responsibilities involving problem solving. Simulation are structured. Yeah. Simulation, it occurs when learners become participants in an event. Students will have different roles, functions, duties, and responsibilities involving problem solving. Simulations are structured about real-life circumstances in which they act. This activity provides a specific situation with various communicative skills like expressing opinions, arguing, eliciting opinions, or group problem solving. Some students' roles can be as a reporter, survivor, or customer. The important facts of the simulation environment I provide and not invented. The next one, please. For readers' theater, it is an oral presentation of drama, prose, or poetry done by two or more readers. Some reasons to use it is that it develops reading fluency, acquisition of expression by reading aloud, and reading confidence. With this activity, students can develop reading comprehension, language structure and use, but there can be some limitations to performing because some students don't have the linguistic ability to do the script, and every student has to be involved. Also, there have to be a narrator who is going to put the environment in the plate, and each student has to have a copy to read the script, and the teacher has to reinforce if there is some grammar mistakes or pronunciation mistakes. Next.
I'm gonna talk about frozen image building. It is a technique that can be easily applied in an English second class, but also it works well as an activity. Frozen image promotes working in groups since it strengthens cooperative learning and creates environment when the students want to share their own ideas. Also, freeze images allows students to develop multiple interpretation and encourage their linguistic language so that the presentation is free from anxiety. No sé. In a scripted writing activity, a teacher can use scripts so that the students can write some scripts for their role play and using their own words, and students can create their own history. This use communicative styles, and the most important thing is the activity. This activity gives to the students the opportunity to use the vocabulary and grammatical points already learned, and also teacher can provide their students a word bank and some grammatical points to evaluate how they progress in their learning. As a conclusion, we can say these types of drama activities help teachers and students in the acquisition of a foreign language by offering them some benefits and challenges at the moment of applying these activities. Also, drama activities have challenges, but they can be controlled by taking account the student's age, level, and teacher objectives. Consequently, the target language can be acquired realistically and integrate communicative competence regarded to the 4 skills in English language.